Hello everyone, my name is Joebert Cantillo and reading beside me here is my bestie, John Lester Belga. We are both third-year college students from BSED Sciences. If you think we are a couple because we're wearing the same clothes and coincidentally having the same hair color, then I'm proud to say that we are not. This video is purely academic and nothing else. Anyhow, in this video, my partner and I are going to present one of the most interesting topics in earth sciences, weather and climate, underlying which we are going to accentuate the differences between the weather and climate, what influences our weather, the greenhouse effect and greenhouse effect analysis, the climate change, and then the underlying patterns of it. So let's get started. Many of us are confused on the differences between weather and climate. Sometimes we thought they are just the same, so we often use them interchangeably. Weather refers to the conditions of the atmosphere over a short period of time, from minutes to days. Weather is like what TV presenters forecast, like sunny, windy, cloudy, or stormy. Climate, on the other hand, refers to the average weather of a place over a period of many years, which means that climate lasts all the time. Example of this is the 4 seasons in selected geography, which could last over long periods of time and persist annually. So basically, weather can change within a few minutes and hours, and climate takes a very long time to change. Okay, you get it there. But the question is that, what causes our weather? Basically, the interaction between the Earth's land, water, and sun and air causes the change in our weather. Here we have many other factors influencing it, including the air pressure, the air temperature, the wind, and then the humidity. First, let us discuss the air pressure, or commonly known as the atmospheric pressure. The air around us has weight, and it presses against everything it touches. The air exerts force on the surface as gravity pulls it to Earth. So air pressure changes with height and when temperature changes. The closer the distance to the ground, the greater the air pressure, and the warmer the temperature, the lesser the air pressure. Next is we have the air temperature. Air temperature is due to the unequal heating of the sun to the Earth's rotation. This temperature change also affects the air pressure, and cloud cover also affects the temperature of the air. And third, we have the wind. Wind is another great factor that influences the weather. It is a horizontal movement of the air because of the difference in temperature and pressure in different places. We have two types of winds, the local winds and then the monsoon winds. The local winds refer to the winds that blow across the coasts that include the sea breeze and then the land breeze, while monsoon winds refer to those seasonal winds that blow because of the difference in heating of oceans and continents. In the Philippines, northeast monsoon or amihan lasts from October to March, which are experienced as a cool northeast wind. It is characterized by moderate temperatures with little or no rainfall. Southwest monsoon or habagat usually starts in May, reaches its peak in August, and continue up to September. It is characterized by hot and humid weather, frequent heavy rainfall, and a prevailing wind from the western parts. The last we have the humidity. So basically, when we talk about humidity, it is the amount of water vapor in the air contains at a given temperature. Warm air can hold more water vapor than cold air. This is because of the reason that warm air is lighter than cold air, so cold air is denser, so there is less space for water vapor to fit in. We also have the relative humidity, which refers to the amount of water vapor the air is holding compared to what it can hold. So okay, now we already know what weather and climate is and then the factors influencing the weather. Now let's talk about the greenhouse effect. Our climate is changing. Observed changes over the 20th century include increases in global average air and ocean temperature, rising global sea levels, long-term sustained widespread reduction of snow and ice cover, and changes in atmospheric and ocean circulation and regional weather patterns, which influence seasonal rainfall conditions. These changes are caused by extra heat in the climate system due to the addition of greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. The additional greenhouse gases are primarily due to human activities such as burning of fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas, agriculture and land clearing. These activities include the amount of heat trapping greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. So, what is the greenhouse effect? The greenhouse effect is a natural process that warms the Earth's surface. When the sun's energy reaches the Earth's atmosphere, some of it is reflected back to space and some is absorbed and re-radiated by greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases include carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, ozone, and some artificial chemicals such as chlorofluorocarbons or the CFCs. The absorbed energy warms the atmosphere and the surface of the Earth. This process maintains the Earth's temperature at around 33 degrees Celsius, warmer than it would otherwise be, allowing life on Earth to flourish. So, greenhouse effect is naturally good, but what's the problem with this phenomenon? The problem we now face is that human activities, particularly burning fossil fuels, coals, oil, and natural gas, agriculture, and land clearing, are increasing the concentration of greenhouse gases. This is increasing the greenhouse effect, which is contributing to the warming of the Earth. Here we have the greenhouse effect analysis. The solar radiation reaches the Earth's atmosphere. Some of this radiation is reflected back to space. The rest of the energy is then absorbed by the land and then the oceans, heating the Earth. Heat radiates from Earth towards space. Some of this heat is trapped by greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, keeping the Earth warm enough to sustain life. Human activities such as burning fossil fuels, agriculture, and land clearing are increasing the amount of greenhouse gases released in the atmosphere. This is trapping extra heat and causing the Earth's temperature to rise. Next, we have the climate change. Climate change is generally defined as a significant variation of average weather conditions, say conditions becoming warmer, wetter, or drier over several decades or more. It's the long-term trend that differentiates climate change from natural weather variability. Record floods, raging storms, and deadly heat. Climate change manifests itself in myriad ways and is experienced by every living being, although not equally. But how is climate change measured over time? Earth's orbiting satellites, remote meteorological stations, and the ocean buoys are used to monitor present-day weather and climate, but it's paleoclimatology data from natural sources like ice cores, tree rings, corals, and the ocean and lake sediments that have enabled scientists to extend the Earth's climatic records back millions of years. These records provide a comprehensive look at the long-term changes in the Earth's atmosphere, oceans, land surfaces, and cryosphere or frozen water systems. Scientists then feed this data into sophisticated climate models that are able to predict future climate trends with impressive accuracy. What causes climate change? The mechanics of the Earth's climate system are simple. When energy from the sun is reflected off the Earth and back into space, mostly by clouds and ice, or when the Earth's atmosphere releases energy, the planet cools. When the Earth absorbs the sun's energy, or when atmospheric gases prevent heat released by the Earth from radiating into space, like the greenhouse effect, the planet warms. A variety of factors, both natural and human, can influence the Earth's climate system as well. First, we have the natural causes of climate change. The Earth has gone through warming and cooling phases in the past, long before humans were around. Forces that could contribute to climate change include the sun's intensity, volcanic eruptions, and changes in naturally occurring greenhouse gas concentrations. Second is we have the anthropogenic causes of climate change. Humans, more specifically the greenhouse gas emissions that human activity generates, are the leading cause of the Earth's rapidly changing climate today. The effects of global climate change. According to the World Economic Forum's Global Risks Report 2021, the failure to mitigate and adapt to climate change is the most impactful risk facing communities worldwide, ahead of even weapons of mass destruction and water crisis. Blame its cascading effects. As climate change transforms global ecosystems, it affects everything from the places we live to the water we drink to the air that we breathe. Another debilitating effects of climate change in the long run include extreme weather, dirty air, health risk, rising seas, warmer, more acidic oceans, and imperiled ecosystems. So that will be all. Thank you very much for watching.